Tonight on CTV News at 11:30. 7 months after having to evacuate, Kashechewan residents are now able to return.
The community is kind of excited and also kind of emotional at the same time.
We'll have more on what's next for those 1,700 First Nation members now heading home. Plus, a Sault Ste. Marie man shares his story after his elderly father spent weeks in a hospital hallway.
He did come out and says, just let me die, you know, and you don't want to hear your father say that.
He's sounding the alarm, telling CTV the experience was unacceptable. And could robotics be the key in addressing a housing shortage?
We have over 700 households, individuals, couples, families, who are waiting for subsidized housing.
Muskoka officials are hoping it's the answer with a new automated production facility.
CTV News at 11:30 with Ian Campbell and Tony Rima with weather.
Good evening. Thanks for staying up with us. It's the light at the end of a 7-month-long tunnel. Families are heading home to Kashechewan First Nation starting Friday. CTV's Eric Tashner spoke with the First Nations Executive Director and starts us off tonight with more.
There's a sense of relief for the about 1,700 evacuated residents of Kashechewan First Nation who have the green light to head back home in the coming days.
The community is kind of excited and also kind of emotional at the same time.
The latest water test results have come back free of cryptosporidium and other harmful contaminants.
That's the news that we've been waiting for so long.
Most of the community's 2,300 residents have been living out of hotels across Ontario, including in Niagara Falls, Kingston, Timmins, Cochrane, and Kapuskasing. Evacuees will start returning home as early as Friday, but the bulk of the process is expected to start August 4th and last about 10 days, 7 months after declaring a state of emergency due to unsafe drinking water.
We're assuming that there's going to be 4 flights available each day to send people home.
Official test results confirmed between 60 and 90 people were sick with the microscopic parasite since the start of the water crisis, but that figure could be much higher. The First Nation says the water treatment system needed major repairs and upgrades throughout the summer. However, the pumps for the UV system were damaged during the repairs. Those are expected to be fixed over the weekend. The entire evacuation cost, Wesley estimates, is pegged between $100 and $150 million.
We didn't understand the extent of the situation that we were in and just the work that was needed to repair everything.
Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
And Indigenous Services Canada says they cannot confirm the cost of the 7-month-long evacuation, saying in part, invoices for incurred evacuation costs have not yet been submitted and are typically reconciled following the conclusion of the evacuation event. ISC says it's working closely with the First Nation as they begin returning home. A Sault Ste. Marie man is sounding the alarm after his 94-year-old father spent days in a hospital hallway. CTV's Corey Nordstrom reports.
94-year-old Walter Tchaikovsky was admitted to the Sioux Area Hospital last Monday morning and spent more than 3 days waiting for a room in a hallway. His son, Mike, is up in arms over the experience.
I know it broke him because, you know, he did come out and says, just let me die, you know. And you don't want to hear your father say that.
Released at the beginning of the week, the cancer patient who was suffering a urinary tract infection said the experience felt like it lasted for weeks.
I said, well, if that's the only place we have for a person right now, it's filled up maybe or something else, maybe tomorrow they'll move with me somewhere else. That day comes, never comes.
Hospital officials say the hallway is not where they want to be placing patients, but notes that there are 2 wards occupied by patients that would be better suited for a long-term care home, and there's a strain across the system.
We've had high occupancy that's been sustained throughout the last flu season and into the prolonged spring and extended respiratory season.
So far this year, 10% of patients at the Sioux Area Hospital are waiting more than 49 hours for a bed. Hospital officials say their goal is to reduce that figure to 35 hours. They also add that there is no cap on the amount of time a patient can wait in an emergency department hallway.
We look at the acuity, the patient care needs, and any other environmental needs like isolation precautions. If all being equal, for sure. We look at things like mobility, frailty, that sort of thing, and get patients up to a bed in that way.
I really think that, with our elderly, especially, we should be taking care of them better. They should never be in a hallway that long. Now, he wasn't the only person in the hallway either.
Tchaikovsky doesn't blame the Sioux Area Hospital directly, but believes this is proof that the entire system is failing people who need health care. Corey Nordstrom, CTV News, Sault Ste. Marie.
Provincial police have arrested one person after a series of suspicious bushfires near Iron Bridge last night. Police say 10 small fires were deliberately set on both sides of Melwell Road. Fire crews spotted a man along the road and police investigated. The 27-year-old from Sutton, Quebec, was found on a nearby trail and was arrested on charges of arson. Lawyers representing Sault Ste. Marie MPP Chris Scott will have 3 more months for consultation. Scott was charged with 2 counts of assault in September of last year. At a hearing this morning, Scott's lawyers asked for the extension to allow for ongoing discussions that could resolve the case without a trial. The judge granted the request. The case will return to court October 28th. The pool at the Archie Dillon Sportsplex in Timmins will be closed for an annual maintenance starting August 1st. The shutdown will last until September 8th. The month-long closure allows crews to complete required maintenance on the equipment and the facility. This year, the city's contractors will be adding a rock wall to the Sportsplex while the pool is closed. Northern College in Timmins received a major investment today from Discovery Mining. The company is providing $2 million for the development of an environmental technician program to support the growing need for workers in the mining sector. An additional $3 million is being invested in the college's sports dome. That funding adds to other investments to build the sports dome at the school. There was a groundbreaking back in April. With their contribution, Discovery Mining will also see its name on the building. It'll be called the Discovery Fieldhouse. Greater Sudbury Utilities says scam emails are circulating claiming customers are behind on their payments. According to the utility company, scammers are sending emails claiming you have an outstanding balance and demanding you pay the balance through an e-transfer or risk having your utilities cut off. GSU says they don't email customers for overdue balances and they do not accept e-transfers. They're also warning of scammers offering energy audits at your home, looking to charge for their advice. GSU says they don't send employees door to door to offer audits or savings. The housing crisis is no secret, but could robotics be the key meeting that shortage in Muskoka? Here's CTV's Luke Simard with a unique proposal for production.
Muskoka is done waiting around for housing to become more attainable.
We have over 700 households, individuals, couples, families, who are waiting for subsidized housing. Unfortunately, that number has only gone up with the affordability crisis in Canada and in Muskoka. And we know we need to build housing faster, subsidized housing to give these folks a place to live.
The District of Muskoka is debating leading into the private sector to build affordable housing for residents and is looking for feedback.
A new automated production facility, a factory to Muskoka that would build components for subsidized housing. So this would be a partnership with a private company to operate a factory here that would produce walls, floors, and ceilings.
The municipality wants to create a corporation that would be in charge of the factory and housing throughout the region. And while some admit housing is a problem in their community,
absolutely we have a problem with housing. Well, affordability. Rent is high. I look after a few places and the rent's just too high, and so any affordable housing would be great.
I think it's good in one way if they don't take a lot of the beachfront and like our parks to do it.
While the Chamber of Commerce takes a more cautious approach to the idea.
I have talked to builders across Muskoka now. They have concerns, good questions, yet they all agree. I mean, they need affordable and attainable housing for their staff as well. And here we are doing something.
Adding that the trades workers still need the work and the cost of the project needs to be clear.
We don't want to see something balloon out of cost. If it's $17 million, then it costs 3 times as much, then that's going to affect our businesses negatively as well.
Well, the municipality said if the program is approved, it could speed up the building process by almost 6 months. While the site is being prepared by workers, the apartment is being built in the factory.
That process is, in some cases, 60% faster. And we've seen examples of a 60-unit, 4-story apartment building being assembled in 2 weeks on site. having taken about a month in the factory.
The district municipality of Muskoka will continue to receive public feedback until August 7th, but a decision is not expected to be made until after the municipal election when a new council is selected. Luke Samard, CTV News, Bracebridge.
Indigenous youth from across Northern Ontario and one student all the way from Saskatchewan are in Sudbury this week for a camp focused on science, technology, engineering, and math. CTV's Amanda Hicks caught up with the group today.
Students gather around an electric vehicle at Laurentian University in Sudbury. For some, it's their first time ever seeing one in person.
It's really cool. It's very revolutionary because it's the future. And so that's really good because climate change is happening and global warming.
It's all part of the Outland Youth Employment Program, or OYEP. The 6-week paid internship began in Timmins and includes 3 days of STEM-focused learning in Sudbury. High school students ages 16 to 18 get a crash course in everything from mining and the environment to skilled trades.
The mining industry right now is in need of new talent to join in different roles. You know, it's not just engineering, geology, but there's a lot of roles in environment and business, health and safety, social license, labor studies, trades, obviously. And so the goal is to expose as many youth as possible to these different career possibilities so that we help fill that talent gap in the industry.
This program is something that I wish was available to me when I was younger. The amount of opportunities they can access from it, they get 10 certifications, sometimes even more. They can get 2 high school co-op credits. And yeah, meeting partners here, just a huge step in the door for them.
In total, there are 21 students here from 9 different Indigenous communities, including Temiskaming, Moose Cree, and Nipissing First Nations.
I actually love it. Nice experience to meet new people, learn new things.
For Tyler Wesley, the program is also a welcome reprieve. Wesley hasn't returned to his home in Kashechewan First Nation since an evacuation order was issued back in January.
It's great. I've learned about Sudbury's history and learned about mining. Also learned about some other money stuff and other cool stuff.
Before wrapping up their time in Sudbury on Friday, the students will take tours of mining company Epiroc Thursday to get a first-hand look at mining technology. Amanda Hicks, CTV News, Sudbury.
And a big welcome to those students visiting our region, visiting our city, I should say. They're mostly from our region. Time now for a short break here on CTV News. Coming up, Tony will have our full weather forecast. For now, we'll look at the current conditions. And we have a little bit of everything temperature-wise. 22 in Gorbet is the hot spot right now. I think the coolest is Timmins at 11. Mostly clear for all of us, except for some cloud cover moving its way partly cloudy in Sault Ste. Marie. We'll have details after the break.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Good evening, everyone. Now your main weather. Let's start with our forecast radar. Clear skies overnight, and that's going to continue into tomorrow. However, increasing cloud cover and a chance of showers in through Timmins tomorrow. And Friday, we're watching this system as it crosses the Great Lakes into Sault Ste. Marie. Could be showers, risk of thunderstorms, and especially in through Sudbury, Timiskaming Shores, and also North Bay Friday afternoon. Here's your 7-day weather forecast, starting with Sudbury Nickel Belt tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine coming in at 27 degrees Friday. Increased cloud cover, a 40% chance of rain, much the same on Saturday. Sunday, we start to get that clearing. Holiday Monday, beautiful. Over the next few days, 28 degrees on Wednesday. That's above seasonal. In through Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, gorgeous sunshine, 28 degrees when it should be 24 as a daytime high. Friday, we start to see the cloud cover, the rain, more showers expected on Saturday. Sunday, we get that clearing. Beautiful Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, back to the rain and 24. Spot on this time of year. Fort Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, sun cloud, and a chance of some precipitation, a little more chance on Friday, 60%, and the temperature still above seasonal, 27 degrees. The temp dips on Saturday, but still the rain will persist. Sunday, we get that clearing, carries over into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, back to the clouds and showers. For Temiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake tomorrow, 27 degrees and plenty of sunshine. On Friday, it'll start off sunny, then you'll see increased cloud cover, a chance of rain, more precipitation on the way on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, beautiful weekend. And on Wednesday, well, the risk of thunderstorms 27 when it should be 25 this time of year. Finally, your 7-day weather forecast for North Bay, West Nipissing. Tomorrow, sunshine, 26 degrees, same temperature in store on Friday, but you'll see increased cloud cover, a chance of showers. On Saturday, more rain on the way. Sunday, still overcast, 23 degrees, below seasonal. Then the temperature improves on the holiday Monday, 26. And Tuesday, Wednesday just look beautiful, coming in at 27 and 28 degrees, respectively. Ian, it's back over to you.
Thanks, Tony. Well, WestJet flight attendants could be on the picket line as soon as Sunday. The clock is ticking toward a strike deadline that could see 4,400 WestJet flight attendants walk off the job. A key sticking point is compensation for work done on the ground, the same issue that sparked a work stoppage at Air Canada last summer. WestJet says passengers with flights scheduled between July 30th and August 4th can make a one-time change or cancel with no fee. It was pay what you can for fresh produce today at the Flour Mill Community Garden in Sudbury. It was the community farm's first pay what you can market of the season. They operate the farm on half an acre of land with goals of supporting food security in the community. The farm has been growing for the last 10 seasons thanks to the hard work of youth in the area.
The market is run by youth that are in the community, so we try to hire youth that live in this community and give them opportunity to have their first jobs and learn how to grow vegetables and share that knowledge with them. And then they get to have the pleasure of seeing all their hard work come to fruit, and then they really love giving back to the community as well.
I feel like the best part of my job is that I get to do new things. Sometimes they're doing the same thing, but I get to do other things and meet new people. There's people that come over every Wednesday to help Junction Creek, and it's really nice with everyone in the community.
Looks delicious. You can find them at Ryan Heights Playground every Wednesday in August from 2 to 6 p.m. and 4 to 6 p.m. in the fall. Sudbury Classic Cruisers' 33rd annual car show is coming back to Copper Cliff. The group is kicking things off on Saturday with its 3rd annual poker run, followed by the Classic Car Show on the 2nd. CTV's Madison Merrier joined organizers just outside of our station here, who gave her a sneak peek of what to expect at the car show this weekend.
I'm here with Sean O'Brien with the Sudbury Classic Cruisers, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about what's happening here on the 1st and 2nd of August.
Yes, the first is the poker run. The second is our big car event where we're going to have bounce houses for kids. We got 47 vendors. We got 5 food trucks. We got bus painting for kids. It's open to everything. And then we also have the Hot Wheels track for kids. They can win some prizes, valve cover races. So yeah, it's more family orientated than just cars again.
That sounds great. And so there are so many cars that are coming here. How many people do you have estimated to come? I mean, you guys have been in the community for over 33 years, or for 33 years now, sorry.
Last year we had close to 400 cars, so we're hoping to top that or even get more this year. So it all depends how the weather plays, and yeah, we're hoping to have a really good turnout again this year.
Perfect. And so you guys brought some cars with you here today. How many cars are you expecting to be at the show right now? Are we going to see any Fast and Furious style cars? Are cars maybe older than me?
See a lot of cars older than you and me, and this Jeff standing beside me. So yeah, it'll be all different makes, models, whatever you think of, it will be there.
Beyond the love of cars, you guys also have a strong love of community, and every year you're working with a local partner, a charity, to donate some of your earnings to. So can you talk to me about who was chosen this year?
This year it was Angela with Independent Living, because they help in the community, they help people, find jobs, and it's great that it stays in the community. So yeah, so we're glad we partnered up with them again this year.
For sure. Well, thank you so much for being here and showing us all of these amazing cars. I cannot wait until the 1st and 2nd of August just to see them in person with so many more community members.
Can't wait to see you there, and thank you.
Should be a fun time. Still ahead tonight on CTV News. How a Goderich golfer with cerebral palsy is showing up to the links, proving there are no limits to his sport. His inspiring story after this. Tributes are pouring in from fellow artists and Ireland's president following the death of singer-songwriter Glenn Hansard. Hansard was best known for starring in the 2007 movie Once and winning Best Original Song at the Oscars for his song Falling Slowly. He also played a member from the 1991 movie The Commitments. Hansard died in a motorcycle crash outside of Dublin today. He was 56. Macklin Celebrini has just become the highest paid player in the NHL after signing a 5-year deal, $94 million U.S. contract extension with the San Jose Sharks. The 20-year-old from North Vancouver's contract works out to $18.8 million U.S. or over 26 million Canadian per season over the next 5 years. Celebrini scored 45 goals last season as the Sharks posted one of their biggest single-season improvements in the franchise's history. The first overall pick in the 2024 NHL draft, Celebrini also represented Canada at the Milan Cortina Olympics and World Championships, earning the International Ice Hockey Federation's Male Player of the Year honors last season. Former NHLer and Sudbury native Ron Duguay is in hospital. Dugay's family announced in February the hockey legend is battling stage 4 colon cancer. In a recent social media post, his daughter Shade Thomas provided an update on her father's condition, saying he fainted on July 24th and was taken to hospital. She says on top of the cancer in his liver and treatments to battle the disease, Duguay is now suffering a bleeding ulcer in his stomach. Duguay played for the Sudbury Wolves before being drafted to the NHL. A Goderich golfer with cerebral palsy is showing up to the links, proving there are no limitations. He's only 20 years old and his talents have earned him a spot at the All Abilities Canadian Championships. With more, here's CTV's Scott Miller.
Dixon Shoemaker started playing golf at a very young age.
I was 4 years old.
Shoemaker, who is now 20, is a really good golfer. Add in the fact that he has cerebral palsy and is hearing impaired, and his incredibly consistent play is even more impressive. So impressive, his boss at Godrich's Sunset Golf Course suggested he apply to the Canadian All Abilities Golf Championship happening next week in Ottawa. It's a Golf Canada event for golfers with physical, sensory, or intellectual limitations.
He's been here for 6 years. He's our hardest working guy here. He's always smiling, and he's a phenomenal golfer too, right?
How good is Shoemaker? He's made 3 holes in one. The first one at the tender age of 6.
Oh yeah, very excited because this is my first time going there to compete in the tournament. So
Lorenzo says Dixon is an inspiration. He's not the longest hitter of the golf ball, but his cerebral palsy and hearing impairment have little to no effect on his ability to hit a golf ball true and straight 9 out of 10 times.
And it's a big thank you to his father too, right? Because his father has been the one that's been taking him out there all the time, 4 times a week, sometimes probably even more, right?
Shoemaker says he wants to win the tournament to thank his many supporters at Sunset who helped raise money for his trip and stay in Ottawa.
Hopefully win something to bring back.
The Canadian All Abilities Golf Championship is from August 4th to 7th in Ottawa. In Godrich, Scott Miller, CTV News.
Save your appetite this weekend because Poutinefest is back. The annual festival will be held July 31st to August 2nd at the Grace Hartman Amphitheater at Bell Park in Sudbury. Admission's free, but organizers say there will be a donations tent on site to help local charities. Visit SudburyPoutinefest.ca for a list of food vendors and also the bands that will be taking the stage, which includes tributes to Alice Cooper, Stevie Nicks, and Blue Rodeo, plus many other local acts. Finally tonight, as BTS fans count down to their 2 shows at Rogers Stadium next month in Toronto, the K-pop superstars say they won't be submitting their music for consideration at next year's Grammy Awards. The band released their first post-hiatus album back in March. Then a few weeks ago, Grammy organizers announced plans for a new Asian pop music performance category. Critics noted that might mean forcing BTS and others to choose between vying for that award or a mainstream category. The members said on Instagram they hope music can be heard and loved for what it is rather than being divided by region or language. On that note, that takes us to the end of our newscast this Wednesday night. For the latest news anytime, remember you can head to our website, ctvnewsnorthernontario.ca. And don't forget we're on YouTube now. Search for CTV News, find the Northern Ontario stream, and don't forget to click subscribe. Thanks for watching. Good night.